Hello? Am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible.
Okay, guys, so let's start today's session. Today is the last session that we'll be having. Today we'll complete our project. And till yesterday, we made something like this. We brought all the questions into our screen, and the widget that we are using for this particular thing is Page View Builder. I hope you remember that. And we also gave functionality to the next button. So clicking on the next button, there is a sort of page animation like swiping to the right left side, right? So this animation also we have here, and we created it. Now we'll be adding the next few things that discuss. First thing, like the logical thing. First of all, let's discuss the logical thing that we will be having here. Okay. Okay, I'll be showing you that with the example application that we had. um so I will show you what functionalities do we add here, and then we will be finishing up with the application. Questions, till questions, I hope you guys are clear and you would have made also. The next few thing, just a second, it's loading. Actually, these questions are coming from backend, that's why it takes time, internet and all. Okay, yeah, so here we have it. So you can see that we have the question thing, and already we have made that. The options are selectable. So suppose one option is selected, it becomes a bit purple color, right? And the text color changes to purple, right? So this is one functionality that we have. And the next button, okay, fine, we can select all the options, and obviously these options which the user selects is gonna save somewhere, right? Will be saved somewhere, right? So where is that somewhere, we will see that also. And at last, if we see, we get our score. There it is, a result screen, and the result is calculated. And when we again click on restart quiz, we come to the back to the front page, right? So this is a functionality that we need to add. First of all, the options, I will create all the options, then showing the options of particularly what question we are, right? So let's do that now. Yeah, so here we have yesterday, till yesterday we have printed the question, right? And here is the question. Here is the question. We have here the question, and we are showing the question from here, right? Now we will be showing the options, and options are also a container only. They are also gonna be inside a container. But what do you think? Is it suitable to create 4 each and every option that is needed? Yeah, if there is
No, your voice is breaking.
now, is it fine?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, it breaks again.
guess. Now it's clear.
Yeah. So here we have this list of options, right? Now, why do I need to show or create all the four containers alone? It is a sort of list, right? First of all, the answers that we have are stored in a list. If you see, if we again go back to our questions, where was our question? Here was our question, right? All the questions are, all the answers are in a list. All the options are in a list, right? So, as the options are already in a list, maybe what I can do is I can create a single container and I can replicate it four times, or I can replicate it the number of options times. So suppose there are how many options currently? We have four, right? So we will show it four times. That's it, right? Let's do that. Let's do that. We will, what we will do is we will be just yeah, here is our question, right? Now what I will do is I will leave this question part. I'll leave this question part, and below this I'll make a first of all a column, because obviously those options I'll keep it in a column, right? Yeah, so before my button, the button already I made here, right? So before the button I will do that here somewhere. So let's make a column. Let's make a column, and let's make a children, and let's try to just give a normal anything. Let's try to just give anything and check whether what is the position that it takes. Okay, just to see that what position does it takes, I'm doing that. So obviously yes, it is gonna come here only, right? It's gonna come there only. But what if I wrap this whole thing, this custom container, into a column? If I wrap this, like what I am imagining is, why not we can keep the question and along with the options, and maybe along with the next button also, whole everything in a column, so we don't need to give a we don't need to give position to each of them separately, right? What I will do, I will wrap this question into a column. Okay, and I will just copy this elevated button also with that. I'll remove it actually from here. I will remove this position with it. I don't require it anymore. And after my custom container, I'm gonna add that button. And okay, let me do this and let me check what do I get. Yeah, obviously. So I'm gonna get this, the question, and below that directly the button. Right. Now before the button, what I will do, I will insert all my options. Okay. Now, as I told you that we don't need to make all the options, separately, like one, two, three, four, all the containers separately. No, why we won't do that. What we will do is, the best solution for that is that, as it is in a list, what we will do is, we'll just create one container and we will replicate it the number of times. Okay, catch my words, the number of times of options. So how many options are there? Four. So that particular container is going to replicate it four times. That's it. Now Flutter has a function for it that is called list.generate, which is a constructor of list. Actually, you have a list data type, right? List data type basically in Dart is a class. Okay, list is a class, and it has a constructor called dot generate. Let's see how it works. What is it basically? So it has following properties: length, and yeah, there is something called growable. Let's see what is that. What it does is basically you can generate a list. That's it. As the name sounds, you can generate a list. Okay, here maybe it looks a bit difficult programmatically, but when I will do it here, you will you will feel very easy. First of all, list dot generate can't be alone. It needs to be wrapped with something. Obviously, as it is a list, see, as it is a list, okay, it can't be alone. It needs to be in a column or a row. So either you are going to show it vertically or horizontally, right? So what I will do, I'll just use a column, and in my children, I'll remove this. Now list dot generate I can use directly here. Maybe you need to remember the syntax for some time. Okay. Now what will be the length of it? What will be the length of it? It will be the length of my options, or the list is going to be 4, right? So I'm not going to write 4. Basically, I'm going to give it that, take the length of this answers list. Okay, take the length of this answers list, and obviously that is 4, so it will take 4. So what I will write here is, I'll just remove it out. Yeah, I'll remove it out, and I'll write here quiz questions of index Okay, dot, you will get here everything. So basically this, again dot length. So okay, let me explain you what I did. So as we are in a page view builder, we have this, right, index. We are we are holding the index also of on which page you are, right? We are holding the index of that particular page, right? So what can I do is, the index is gonna match with the indexing of this list, right? That indexing, suppose there are 5 pages. Okay, currently there are 5 pages. Obviously, why there are 5 pages? Because there are 5 questions in my list. So if I increase a question here, the pages are gonna become 6. Pages are also gonna become 6. So I am holding the index of, or you can say the length of this quiz questions. And yes, I have a hold on the index also particularly, and that is stored in this variable called index, this variable index. Okay, so this is holding that on which question you are basically. So taking the advantage of that, what I do is quiz question, that is the list, okay, of all the questions of index. So suppose I am on the first page, so it will be quiz questions of 0 dot answers. So suppose I catch my quiz questions of 0, that means I am gonna handle this. In this I have three properties: question text answers and correct answer index, right? So when I write dot answers, I basically, again, I catch this particularly now. And what do I do? This is a list. I can just write dot length and I get the length of that particular list. That's it. And that's what I have done here, right? So each and every, question can have multiple options. It's not that you have to particularly give only 4 options. Even if you give 5, our application will have no problem. It will, make one more box for us. Because we are not putting it, statically. We have kept dynamic. Okay. And secondly, again, you can see here also you have something called index. Now this index is also something. Why? See, you will be having 4 options, right? Now, suppose the user selects the first option. Okay, you need to register it somewhere that yes, user has selected the first option. Then only you will be able to check it, right, in future, right? You need to show the result also, right? So to hold that particular index, you need to have someone who takes care of what the user is going to select. And how do I do that is this index basically. So let me change the name of it so that we don't get confused with the above index. Both are different. Okay, and this is basically a function. So you have to now give here an anonymous function, or you can say this callback function. Okay, so we need to return here something, or we need to, yeah, return here something. So let's return here a container, right? We are gonna return a container. We are going to return a container. So that container, actually we made a custom container. Those who were there with me yesterday, they know that we made a custom container. Yeah, we can adjust the height and width also of it. So let's use this only. Why do we use a normal container? Already we have some decorations and all in it, right? Height, I will give it as, maybe let's give it as currently 40 maybe. Width, I'll give it as 200 for now. And child, I will give it as, just for now, let's give it some text. Normal, just a text. That's it. Just to, handle it. Okay, yeah. That's it. Now let me just reload it and check what do I have in my screen. And yes, I have 4 options. I have 4 options with the text called no. Now just see the magic. I add here one. Suppose on the second question, I add one more option saying anything, just anything. And suppose I give it a reload. And when I go to the next question, you will see that I need to give it a restart actually. Okay, here we have 5 options. Okay. And let me check once more. Yeah, question of index dot answers dot length. Yeah, should work. So you can see here automatically 5 options came. I didn't even do anything. So because we are holding the length of each question's answer list alone, that's why. Okay, that's why this happened. And but I don't want that, so I can remove it. Okay. So yeah, now I need to show the text. What text I need to show? I need to show this text, all the options, right? Berlin, London, Paris, and Madrid. So how do I do that now? How do I do that? Instead of this no, what I will be writing is, again, there is something programmatically only. You have to write something programmatically. Just if you think a bit from this logic, how we have written this, you will be able to think actually. Okay. Just see what you will write here is quiz question. First of all, yes, obviously the main list. In the main list, I am gonna get to each and every question particularly, right? Right? Each and every question particularly we need to see, have, right? Then with this, again, next thing, what do we have? Answers. Okay, fine. And in answers now, in each and every box, I need to show different text, right? So you can see currently you can see the whole list is coming. The whole list is coming. But the whole list is coming, and the index for each of this is 0, this is 1, this is 2, this is 4. There are 4. Okay. So 0, 1, 2, 3. How the indexing takes place? 0, 1, 2, 3, right? So first one is 0, second one is 1, 2, and 3. So suppose, and who is keeping the track of this? Just now we made a variable for it to register that, and that is this, right? Option index. So if I just give here option index, it will automatically divide it. And this is totally programmatically. Okay. And as I didn't restart it, it is taking ls now also. So I need to restart once in order to see the changes. Okay. And yeah, so now you can see that each and every question's options will match. So currently I'm on the third question. You can see for third question, I have Blin, this. So all four. Then on the next question, you can see. So all the options and questions are now matching to our list, right? That we gave, right? Now let's work on some part of UI also. Okay, let's work on some part of UI also. And how do I do that is basically, does anyone has any doubt? You can just text me out. Till then, I will be working with some. Let me make the UI more proper. Anyone has any doubt? Let me know. Just give us another. Any doubt in the programmatic this part, logic part, that logic that we implemented now? Any doubt in that? This is the logic. So yeah, if you know programming well, then you will be understanding very easily. But if you don't know, also it's not a big task because uh, I have explained very easy in a very easy manner. So let's move forward. Let's move forward, and now let's try to give some sort of decorations to it. Obviously, I'm gonna increase the height also and width also. Before that, what I will do is I will put some spacing between this question. So to do that, I need to give here a size box. Size box is also like a container only. Okay, don't worry. Just give, you can use it to mostly give some sort of spacings, between two widgets. So now you can see that some spacing comes, right? And also here we have to do that. So first of all, let me increase the height and width. Increase the height to maybe 80. No, it's very big. 70. Okay, and width I can increase it to 300 maybe. Okay, fine. Fine. So we have this now. We have to give spacing between them. First of all, let's leave that also. Here also, I will copy this whole same size box. That's it. So now you can see button also has some spacing and options also fine. Now you can give some sort of, things to this text also if you want. Okay. And in order to keep this text in center, you need to, I guess, use column. Yeah, no other option. You have to wrap it in a column first of all, and then you will see that the text comes in center. And yes, one more thing you can do is you can give here a option number also 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. If you want, if you don't want, that's your wish. Let's give some styling to it. Let's give some styling to it. So I hope you remember how to give stylings. I will use Google Fonts dot poppins, and let's give the font size then. Font size, let's give it as 20 maybe. And that looks good, right? Looks good. And I guess that's it. You can give the main axis alignment for the column to center maybe, so that the text comes in center. Yeah, that will look more cool. That's it. That's it. Yes, one more thing you have here is, if you want to give spacing between these options, you need to pause one option. Let me check. How do we give that? Uh, yeah, yeah. Actually, what you can do is you can give padding to this custom container from here. Padding means basically you're gonna add some spacing like to top, left, right, bottom. That is in your hand. Okay, in which direction you want to give. But I have used padding actually once before. Okay, why that bulb option? Okay, so padding, I'll use padding. Just bottom, let me do that. From bottom, I'll do that. So for that, you need to, instead of all, you need to write only. And here you will have a property called bottom. And as soon as you apply that, you will see the difference. So that's what we wanted, right? That's what we wanted. That is looking more now good, right? So I hope you like this, right? I hope you like this. Let me increase this to maybe 60. So, okay, fine, right? You can decrease this. Ah, yeah. Okay, fine. So let's move on. Let's move on and let's now focus on that particular, making it a sort of selectable button, right? That when we click on it, it should become, the color should change, right? So that is basically not dependent on any sort of like property of elevated button or such things. It is normally basic programming only. What you have to do is basically you have to make this container as a button first of all. So to make button, I hope you remember we use something called gesture detector, right? So let's use that gesture detector. We will just wrap it into a widget and name it as gesture detector. Okay. Now, now comes one thing that is very important now. Now we'll be talking something about programming, basic programming, because here we need that now. Some basic data structure also. How many of you know about a map? About a map? How many of you know about a map? Just okay, cool. Anyone else? If okay, how many of you don't know? Let's see how many are active actually. How many of you don't know, so that I can explain fast? See, guys, we have to wrap it up today, so make it quick. If you okay, I'll just give a quick recap. If everyone knows, then we can proceed. I'll just give a small recap of what a map is. Map is basically a data structure which stores values in a format of key value pair. Okay, so basically you will have a key and you will have a value for it. Actually, this um, question list is some kind of map only. This question model is a kind of map only that you have prepared. You can't say a proper map, but yeah, this is actually holding a key value pair. So if you see in question model, there is a key called as question text, and you are giving a value to it. Similarly, there is a key called answers, which is gonna accept uh, you know which is gonna accept a mapping, sorry, a list of strings, and that's what I have stored here. Then third key, I have correct answer index. So other than that, I don't have any key. Okay. Now key can never be repeated. Key can never be repeated. Yes. Values can be repeated. Okay. Key can never be repeated in only this much thing. Okay. Then next, when you make another question, you can repeat it. So map is such a data type, or you can say data structure. So in that also you have similarly map. And why I want to use map here is we have to use, actually it's compulsory. Without that you can't do, because you need to have some data structure that actually stores that user is selecting which answer. We need to know, na, right? We need to know that which answer is the user selecting. So for that, what do we do? For that, what do we do? We need to store it somewhere. We need to store it somewhere, and if we need to store it somewhere, we need to have a variable for it, right? So what data structure I imagine which will be efficient here is that what you can do is you can take a question index and as a key, and you can just store the option that user selects. So suppose for the first question there are total 5 currently here, right? There are total 5. So suppose there are 5 questions. For the first, user selects first option. For second question, user selects third option. For third question, again user selects second answer. So it's gonna be like a kind of a map. Okay, how will it look? I'll show you. Just a second, let me just sort of just yeah, convert it into a stateful widget now. Why, I'll tell you. Just convert it into a stateful widget. You will see a bulb icon, and when you will click on that, you will get an option to convert. Okay, now let me declare a map first of all. So map of I will declare a map of integer comma integer, and this will be nullable because it can be null also. And let me name it as user answers. Okay, and this will be currently a empty map. So how will our answers look? I'll show you. For the first question, suppose the user is selecting option 1. For the second question, so it is going to start with 0, right? The questions are starting with 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Similarly, options are also starting 0, 1, 2, 3, right? So 0, the first question answer is like second option. Okay, just add 1 to it and think. Okay, so first question's answer is second option. Second question's answer is maybe last option. Okay, 3 means last option because 0, 1, 2, 3, right? Second question's answer can be, maybe you can just give a hit of again second option. Then third question's answer, let it be 1. And fourth last question's answer, maybe let it be as 3. Okay, fine. This is how we are gonna store users answers. This 0 is the key, you can see, and 1 is the value for it. So actually you can't repeat now a single key. So suppose I write here 0 again, it's gonna give me an error saying that 0 is already used. Okay, so expressions can't be used in a map literal. And suppose if I give here 0 2, okay, it will take the first value. It's not giving me an error, but it will take only the first value, because maps, the key should always be unique. Okay, key should always be unique. So 0 for the first question we have one option, second question we have one option, third question we have one option, and like this. Fine. Now this is how we are going to store basically. So as you can see here, we have the index of the question list, right? This is what 0 is, what the index of our question list, right? And what is 1? It is like the index of our option the user selects, right? So keep this in mind. Okay, keep this in mind for now. We'll be using it. So just I'll comment out here and write a line that it's gonna be like the map is gonna store the options that the user selects. Okay, cool, right? And okay, fine. And indexing starts from 0. Don't forget this. Okay, don't get confused because of this. Okay, now let's move on further. We have declared the map here, which is going to store it. Now we'll be declaring a variable which is going to store the points for users. Okay, so let's write here int points. Int points. Okay, this is going to basically store the users points, how much points or how many correct answers are there. Okay, so number of correct answers user is selecting. Okay, so let's keep a track of this also. Cool, right? Then next thing that we should have here is, next thing, what should we have here? Now I guess these two are enough, right? One is the options that the user is going to select, and one is the number of points that he achieves, right? Now what we will make is something related to the button tab. Okay, that button that we have, all the 4 options, we need to give it a property, right? So to give it a property, what I will do is I will make a function. I'll make a function that is going to keep a track of which option is selected. Okay, again here it, I'm making a function that is going to keep a track of which option is getting selected by the user, because it can be dynamic. Suppose the user thinks that first option, no, third option, no, second option. So you saw that I was able to change, right? So that functionality also our application should have. So what we will do, I'll just make a function here, a normal function, how we do it in programming. I'll just make it a private function. So underscore, basically when you put in front of any variable, it becomes private in Dart. Okay, on option selected, let's name the function as this. And I'll be taking some parameters also for it. The parameters that I will be taking is, first of all, what should I take basically? What do you think? First of all, though, it's very basic that which option user is selecting. That means we need to send the index, right? Think, guys, think. How, if see, if the user is selecting second option, I'm saying here second, how will that second come here? Obviously the index of the options, right? So first of all, we should have the like options index, right? We should have the option index. So, and that is going to be integer, right? Option, hmm, sorry, option index, right? Secondly, what should I have? Secondly, what should I have? See, we need to store whichever option user chooses into this map, right? Whatever option the user chooses, I need to store it in this map, right? And what am I going to store in this map? How am I storing? What are the key and value pairs? Key is basically the question number, and value is basically the option number, right? This is how I'm storing, right? So with option index, I need the question also, right? Which question? Like suppose for first question, user is selecting second option, right? So we need to register it in this manner: question number and option index, right? So question index also will be storing like this. So question index, this will also be a parameter. Now wherever this function will be called, we need to pass two things. First is the question index and one is the option index. So which question is getting which option? It's basically like this. Okay. Now next thing is, what we can do is directly, first of all, let's make a sort of printing statement that is gonna print something and show to us. So currently it's not going to print anything because we are not storing anything in my option index, right? Actually not option index, we have to print user answers. I want to print the map that we have. So user answers is that map. So what I will do is, whenever this function is called, I'll just print it out and I'll try to check in my console that what sort of output I'm getting. Okay. Secondly, inside this, we need to have a set state method. Now, what is a set state method? Now I'm going to explain you. That day actually I explained you that what is a set state with the help of that particular diagrams and all, that how a state changes in a stateful widget. Remember? Remember? See, you have four options. I can select any one of them. Now, as I can select any one of them, it's going to change a color, right? It's going to change color. So in order to see that color change frequently, I need to change the state of that particular widget again and again, right? So that's why I need to have a set state method. Okay, set state method. Now, in my set state, first of all, I will be checking that whether any option is already selected or not. See, I'm not allowing the user to select multiple options. Okay, I will be allowing the user to select only one option. So if suppose one option is selected and the user tries to, select another option, that first one should get deleted, right? So first of all, let's keep a check for it. Okay, so check if an answer is already been selected. Okay, right? For that particular question, right? First of all, we'll be checking this. How do we check this? Is basically we'll be keeping a if condition. We'll be keeping a if condition. In my if condition, what I will be having is suppose now this is basically actually gonna introduce some map functions. So if you don't know, maybe try to learn that later. Currently you can just copy paste what I'm doing, but you have to learn that, because maps are very important when it comes to logical part writing, logical part things in Flutter or any sort of, actually anywhere. maps are very important. So please try to go and recap once what is a map, or if you don't know, just try to read about it something. Okay, that will really be helpful, because I'm going to use some map functions and I don't have time to explain map properly because it's a big topic. Okay, so what I will do is, in this particular map, what I will do is I will check. What I will check, that for that particular question, is there any option currently there? So suppose I am talking about 0th question, the first question, and in my first question, the user has already selected the option, second option. Okay, so I'm gonna check whether do I have any key. Okay, or maybe I can say that, do I have any value for this particular key? 0, right? So how do I do that is, I'll write here, if user answers, that is the, this particular um, map, do I have any sort of, key, contains key, you will write, and you'll write here question index. So basically now you are referring to that, does my user answers 0th key, this is the key 0, has anything selected or not, or has any value or not? Okay, so actually you don't need to write that now currently. It automatically takes that only in context, that when you're writing that dot, it's like a boolean function. Actually, this is like a boolean function. See, I told you, right? So it's gonna tell whether it is holding any value or not. Currently it is holding a value, so it's gonna return true. And if this returns true, this if statement is gonna get executed. But if I remove this, so it will again go and check whether do I have any key against 0. It will a value against 0. It will be like, no, I don't have, and that's it. It will just leave this if condition. It will move forward. Okay, so like that it works. Okay, let me remove this. Now here I will be writing, first of all, a condition, as I told you, for checking this, right? In my if condition, I'll be writing here that does it contains the key or not? Okay, and if it contains, what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove that. So suppose the user has selected second option. Now he wants to change it to third option. So basically I have to remove that second, right? Again, listen. Suppose the user has selected the second option. He wants to change that and select the third option. So I need to remove that second option from that particular list or map, right? So how do I do that is using a map function, user answers dot remove. Basically, what to remove? What to remove? The value that 0 is holding. Any key is holding. So 0 is the key currently. So the value that key is holding, and that is going to get accessed from the index, right? So here I will write question index. Got it? And what do we achieve by doing this? We basically take care that already any option shouldn't be selected. And suppose this condition gets false and user hasn't selected anything, then to simply just what you have to do, questions and quiz question we took, right? And the index of that. So question index. Okay. Dot. Now here in else condition, suppose if the user hasn't selected anything now, and we are gonna check whether the answer is correct or not. Okay. Suppose the user wants that now it should be calculated. Or what we can do is we can calculate every time the user selects a new option. We can do like that. Okay. And we can alter it. Alter it. So suppose the user is on second question, he selects second option, but the answer is third. So that will be registered, but that second option will be registered. But when he goes through this process, these 3 lines, then it makes sure that when he selects a new option, that old option gets deleted. Got it? Got my point? So if question index dot quiz question index, okay, this is basically sort of you are gonna evaluate whether the question is right or not, or the option that user has selected is right or not. So which option, which thing is holding the correct option here? Which thing is holding that is correct answer index, right? So what I will do here is dot correct answer index. Okay, if this is equal to the user's options, where is the user's option getting saved? In this option index, right? So if this is equal to the option index, in this case I'm going to increment his points by 1. So points plus plus. That's it. That's it. I hope you got it. Hope you got it. Let's come out of the else function now. Let's come out of the else condition. Okay. So I'll just comment here some lines and I'll write here what we are doing in this function basically. Okay, so that maybe if I share this repo, you guys can see and understand also. So set the, you know, needy, that is the like latest answer of user selected answer for this question. Okay, so we are gonna set this and secondly here I'm checking, right? So maybe check if answer is already selected or not. Cool. And if it is not, then you are running the else condition. And why do we do that? Basically, is to check if the selected answer is correct. That's it. So now you have a track of your points. You have a track of whatever option the user is gonna select. What do you need? What else do you need? So let's apply this method. Let's apply this method now. One more thing, I guess I should do that. I forgot, I guess. Yeah. Whenever any option is selected, I need to change the color also, right? So let me not include it in this. Maybe let it be. Let it be. Let's do it here only in the list.generate. Actually, in list.generate itself, you can do that, right? What you can do is you can declare your own variable, but that will be local to this list. That will be local to this list. Okay. So let me declare it as final, and it will be a boolean variable. So let me name it as something like that only, is selected. Okay. And I'm gonna keep it, or how I'm gonna keep a check on it is that I will be checking whether that particular index in the map is empty or not. So suppose there is no value against 0, that means it is not selected, right? So how I can do that is user, come on, I need to take it inside. Actually, you can't put it here, you have to put it here actually. Yeah. So what I will do here is user answers of index. Okay, whatever index the page is on. Okay, if any index is selected, so I'll be making it equal to the option index. Okay, so it's like, see, what I am trying to say is user, suppose I'm on the second option, second page. Okay, and suppose that second page, so user's answer of index. So suppose I'm on the second page. Okay, so that means I'm gonna access the third element of this map, user answers. Okay, and I'm gonna keep a check whether it is equal to option index or not. If it is equal, then I am gonna perform many things like changing colors and all such things, such stuffs. Okay, for doing that, basically I need to have here the decoration part also, right? I need to have the decoration part also. I need to change the color also. So how do you do that? I'll just show you a demo. So suppose color, let's try to change the color of the text. Just okay. I have my is selected. I have my is selected variable, right? Just now I made it because it is local to this. I can use it. Come on. Selected, and it's not suggesting, so I wrote it by my own. If the is selected is true, Okay, that means that option is particularly selected. I'm gonna change the color to maybe, let's say, you can say purple. Okay, colors dot purple. Okay, otherwise I'm gonna keep it as black. Otherwise it's gonna be black. That's it. First thing. Secondly, I'm gonna change the color of container also. So in order to change the color of container, I need to alter this whole custom container also, right? Right. So let's do that. Let's do that. How do you do that? Let's come here. Where is the box decoration server? Okay. I'm gonna copy this actually, this whole box decoration. I'm gonna remove from here itself and I'm gonna add it in the custom container. How do I do that? See, I just copy paste. I'll just see what data type this decoration is of. This is something to save some time. It's decoration, and okay. So let me keep the decoration. Okay, and I'll paste this here, box decoration thing. Okay, why do I do that is basically I want this to be the default value. It will not accept actually without the build with it. So okay, fine, decoration. Let me keep it as decoration. That's it. And here I will be taking this dot decoration. Fine. Now let me keep it as required only because actually it requires. Fine. Now what I will do here is okay. Now you can see in some time he will leave this white thing. Okay. Uh, so what we will do is let me check out. Uh-huh. Yeah, so it is asking me for the decoration. Let me just paste it whatever I removed from there and you will get it here. Same thing do for this container also, but here you will make some changes. Okay. Okay, cool. Here we'll make some changes. The changes will be that the background color of it, or you can say color of it in box decoration only it should be. There is no property coming, I think so. Sorry, it is a property of custom container, right? No suggestions. Color is already implemented now. Colors.white. Yeah. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna again keep here also a check is selected. If my selected is true, then I'll be showing purple color, a bit purple color, not fully purple. So it's gonna be a shade of purple. What sort of purple I'll show you? Otherwise, a white color. So let's see what purple do we have here. Still black. I'll put black for just a sake for now. Let me keep it as black. Fine. Cool. Now it's ready. Uh, I guess it's ready and we can do oh, okay, yeah, one more thing. One more thing. We have added so many things, but did we give the button functionality? We gave the gesture detector, right? We gave the gesture detector. But did we like sort of so for that what you will do, you will add a on tap method and you'll just call that function that you currently made. What was the name of the function? Huh? Just call that function here and you are good to go. Let me do that for you. So the function name was on option selected, and here we need to send two things: question index and option index. So this is handled by the index. This is option by option index only. That's it. That's it. As easy as that. Let's try to check whether this functionality that we try to add here got added or not. Let it run once. Okay, that is showing me some error because of this. Okay, I forgot to give this. Here also decoration. Okay. Fine. Now let's run it. So application is running now. Let's see. Okay, but the color is still not changing. See, color is still not changing. But do we have something printing? Okay, empty list is printed. If you see here, a empty list is getting printed. So again, you click on it, and you will see uh, empty list printed here. Okay, we don't currently, when I'm choosing any option, I don't want it to be empty, right? Right? I want it to be filled with that option, but it's not getting. So what's the error? What do you think? What are we missing? Are we missing something? Let me check once. Are you missing something? So this became a button, but it's not allowing me to choose anything. Why is it not changing color? Oh, okay, fine. No, here we have it selected. If it is true, then I'm gonna give it a black color, otherwise a white color. Okay, fine. This is for my container. Okay, this is for my container. Okay. Other than that, I have for text also that if it is selected. Okay. Okay, let me do one thing. I need to maybe selected is basically that users index, users answers index equal to option index. The options index that is. This is my users answers that is empty for now. So 0 is equal to option index if this is true. Has anyone got it? Who all are doing with me? All are doing with me. Okay. Do you think what can someone tell what error we are facing or what are we missing? We are missing actually something. We're not making anything wrong. We are missing something, and when we are missing something, it's really difficult to find it. But okay, we'll find it. We'll find it. I click on it, it should get added here. Okay, so what I forgot was, see, I got it. What I forgot. Actually, after I do this function, after I calculate my points and all, but before that, one thing is compulsory. We didn't actually add the answers into the user answer map. That is what the mistake I am making. Okay. So when I click on, I'm calling this function, okay, but I'm not adding that particular, it to a user answer. That's why my user answer is coming empty. See, because I didn't add anything there. I need to, how do we access a map? When you write like this, user answers of question index means like 0 will come here. Okay, and the question index, option index, basically suppose you are selecting third answer, so it will be, the value will be taken as 0 1 2 2. So it will be, how it will be storing is, it will be storing something like this, storing like, um suppose second questions, second option, like that. You can say this is like, 0 1 2 third questions, third option. So you are selecting like this now. Okay. God, it is connected. Okay. Let's see how now it should run. Just write this line someone and just try to run it once. You're done. Check once that is, does it runs or not. Okay. So now this set state is a fully fledged function. Okay. And make sure everything is inside the set state, not outside, because set state is the place where these all things are going to happen when you select a button, when you click on a button. Okay. So let me check once now. This time, does our list comes empty now also? No. Okay. So now you can see that, the option that I'm selecting is getting selected here. You can see here how it is changing. See, or 0, you can see it is 2 now. Now it became 3 because some sort of 2 times. Okay. So now this is the correct one. 0 0 0 1 0 2 0 3. My point, how it's working. Suppose I go to next. Now that is registered. It is stored. Okay. Now for second, how it will see. So see 0 3 1 1. So first question, first option. That is 0 1. So 1, this one, second option. Okay. 1 2. Similarly, if I go to next one, see. So this is how it is working. I hope you are getting my point. And to make it more faster, what you can do is you can actually move it, I guess, to top. If you move it, it should work more in a fine manner. Let's try. It should be down only. Okay, fine. It be down only then. Okay. Okay. So now I guess you guys can see how it is working, right? And actually, don't worry that suppose you are clicking on it and it is not showing here. That doesn't mean it's not stored. It is stored. Printing is taking time. If you give here next and suppose you select something, then you will see that yes, change has been done. It is not getting registered for the first time. So see, it is black, but here it is not getting printed. But actually it has taken place. See, it has taken place. It was not showing, but it has taken place. So don't worry about that. Printing is a bit late. Leave it. So now we are able to select the option. Now let's change this weird color that I'm seeing here. Let me change this first of all to where is it? Where is it? Where is it? The color. So black is a very weird color. I'm gonna put it as purple and I'm gonna give it some shade. Okay. No, it'll look very strange. Let's give it a very light purple color, sort of. Yeah. No, it didn't take that. Just copy this code actually and you can use it, but it's not allowing. Use any color if you are able to choose it. I don't know how in Android Studio that works. It's showing so long. Why? Let me try this. Okay, it took blue color. Weird. How do I choose even? I don't know. A purple color. In Android Studio, it's a bit difficult to choose colors actually. I can take from here. Yeah. Okay, so now it looks fine, right? So now I'm able to choose my options, right? Okay, now next thing, what is the next thing? And yeah, is it able to calculate points also? Is it able to calculate points also? Let's see that also. Okay, that let's print that and see whether it is able to calculate points or not. Let's print here. Let's print here points also, because real time calculation we are doing. Okay, so I guess it should print the points also. Suppose, okay, let me come to the question list. So for all questions I have kept second option, that is 0 1 2 Paris as the correct answer. So this option, third option, is going to be correct for each. Let's see whether it is or not. So okay, currently point is 0. Let me choose this. Okay, did it print anything? Okay, you can, one more thing, see, can you see Paris is selected for second also? Let me restart once. Oh, okay, yeah, Paris. Okay, point 1. See the real time change in my point. Okay, next point is 2. Next, again 2, 2, 2. But if I choose this, and if I again choose this, it has become 3. Okay, next, and this is how it gets over. Okay, so that means points calculation is also working fine. Okay, so that means we are able to do some logical things, perform logical things. I know it was a bit difficult to understand, even I got that. Just give me a second. Just give me a second. Okay, now let's move on to the next thing. That is what should we do now? Nextly, this thing is done. Option thing is done. Okay, now let's move on to the next thing. And the next thing that we will be doing here is restart. First of all, restart also. Yes, we have to do the restart part also, right? along with that, we need to implement one more thing. That is next question. Yeah. When we are going to the next question, I need to implement one thing. See, first of all, though, we have already added the functionality to next function, no doubt. Next button, where it is? Here it is, right? Controller dot next page, this thing. But one thing we are forgetting, that when we are on the last question, we don't need to go to the next, like how we have to send the user to the result page, right? So let's write a function for that. Void underscore next question. This will be a function only. Okay, and here what I want is actually nothing. I just want to check the length of my quiz question. If it is over, that's it. So what I will be doing here is, if my page controller, we have a page controller here, right? What did we name it as? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Okay, don't keep it here, okay? Just remove it and put it here. If you keep it in build widget, then you will not be able to access it. Okay, so if controller, okay, is, you have to put this null check actually. Okay, if it is less than quiz questions dot length, as you know, dot length gives you the perfect length. So it will be like, suppose page controller will start from 0 1 2 3, right? But length will come as 5. But as a list, it is 0 1 2 3 4, right? So you need to have -1 also, right? So if it is this, okay. Okay, well, let me check once. Okay, fine. What is it saying? The operator, this isn't defined for type. This controller. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Controller is a data type like that. So dot page you need to keep. When you will put dot page, it will take that 0 1 2 3, the integer sort of thing. Okay. So now it is a sort of integer. Got it? And if this is equal to the length of all our quiz, then what we will do is, we will be doing, it is less than, then we have to shift to the next page, right? Like how we are doing there. So controller dot next page, the same thing that you did there, right? Duration, let's give it as maybe in milliseconds, and let's, oh sorry, milliseconds of 300 maybe. Okay, and curve I will give it as, like you saw, what did we give? Curve, where is it? Curve is, you don't need to learn for this one now. Okay, just give something dot ease in. What I am giving, just give that. Okay, ease in. I'll give this ease in. It's like next page it will be seen. Okay, ease in out. Okay, yeah. So, unless the question is not over, we will be doing this. Okay, and once the question gets over, we are gonna navigate the user to the result screen. So it's like else what you will be doing is, you will be navigating. So I hope you remember the navigation code, navigator dot push, and here will be material page route. I hope you remember this. Please don't, then just see here once again. I'm gonna push. Okay, I'm not gonna take the user, like I will allow the user to come back and check his answers. So builder context, then I'll be shifting him to the next page. That is let's make it a result screen. We'll make a result screen. Let's just name it for now result screen. Just copy also this. Okay, and that's it. It will give you an error. Let it be for now. Fine. Okay, fine. Just quickly come to the result screen and make a stateless digit, and name it as whatever you copied, pasted. Okay, import the material package. These should be now small tasks for you. Okay, fine. Yeah. And just give a app bar for now. I'll give a app bar for now. So that will be inside a scaffold, app bar, title, text, text, results. Fine. Okay, fine. Then we can come back to the quiz screen, and now we can just import that. Okay, cool. Okay, now let's try to call this function in our button. Which button? This button. Where is our elevated button? This button. So I'm just gonna remove this everything. I'm gonna remove this and I'm gonna just write here underscore next question. That's it. And now let's try to, run and check once again. Restart it. Let's see what it does. What changes happens. Okay, first of all, Paris, fine, one, again Paris, two, again Paris, three, again Paris, four, again Paris, five, and at last I come to the result screen. So nice, right? So now let's prepare the result screen. Just come to your Figma design. Just okay. What I will do is I will not make this whole screen now. Actually, this screen is takeable. Like you can increase the size for it. So I'll just come on. It's not coming in hand. Yeah, result, and just export your result. Let's see how does it comes. PNG. Okay, PNG is fine. Okay, now let's see how it has came. Just download that image. Okay, just download this image. Go to Figma and download it. If you, or maybe I'll send you. Okay, I'll just send it in the group also. I'll just send it in the group. Just a second. Finish. Yeah, just download it. Whoever is doing with me, download it and get ready to prepare the result screen. Okay. Let's come back to our Android Studio, and here in the result screen, let's come on to the result screen now. Okay, one more thing. Let's just copy it and let's paste it in the assets. Fine. Result. Cool. I'll just copy path reference this. Okay, fine. Then I don't need an app bar actually. I just need a body. In my body, I'll be using a stack first of all because that image is gonna be on top of like everything is gonna be on top of that, right? So image dot asset. I hope you remember how to put asset image. You all already have done that and paste the location. That's it. That's it. That's it. One more thing we can do. Do we have that? No. Okay, fine. Yeah. So you will see something like this. It is falling a bit short, but you can adjust it actually because there is something called box. Sorry, there is something called fit. Put it as box fit. You have to actually, try it out. Dot fill. Does that works or not? If it doesn't work, okay, fine. Let's give it a height also of maybe width dot infinity. Sorry, double dot infinity. That's it. Okay, and same thing actually you can do for width also. Double dot infinity. It will take. Cool. So this is your screen, result screen. Okay, and now let's design it. I forgot how it our one was looking. Not again. Not again. Not again. Not again. I forgot how it was. So let me just once see it how I'm gonna show me. Okay, like we can do by ourselves also. Let it be. Yeah, it came actually. Okay, fine. Let me check the result screen. Okay, so we are gonna show here the your score is 0. Restart quiz. Okay, there and then a button. Okay. So what I'll do is I will just add here text. In my text, I'll be having your score is okay. And here I will be showing the score. Now score is something that is gonna calculate, that is calculated in this screen, right? Not here. So how do we transfer that here? We have an option. I'll show you how do I do that. Secondly, next thing is that restart quiz button. So just what I'll do is I'll take this elevated button itself and I'll just copy paste. I'll just change the name. Okay, you're fine. That's not gonna work. Sorry. Keep it in a column first of all, and after the text paste it. Okay, fine. We'll remove this. Come on. See, I'm not explaining you these things because you already know this, what I'm doing now. So what I did is basically just a stack of, on top of that image, I'm showing everything. On top of that image, I'm showing the score and the button. That's it. So if I just give it a run, oh, it got stopped. Fine. Okay. If I give it a run now, yeah, you can use actually. Yeah. You can use it, yeah. Wrap the stack into safe area. So image, then we have in, and why am I keeping it in a column? Because I don't want now that my score on top of that elevated button, on top of that something. No, I want only the image, only the other things to be on top of the image, right? So let me go to the last one, and yeah, so see, it is coming here now. I can put it in center. That is easy for me. How do I do that? Just give a positioned, wrap it with a positioned widget. Where is it? Position. No, I need to write it. Positioned, and then you will just write here. Yeah, top. I guess 200 will be fine. From left, I will take it as maybe fine. It's looking good now, and just change the color text to white. White. Okay, fine. And this button is here. I can put it down also. No worries. Just I need to give it as it is a column. As it is a column, if I give the main axis alignment as space, I'm just checking. Okay, if it works, then I'll tell you. Oh, actually, leave it. Leave it. You can just give a size box between them. Yeah. Now we need to show the score, right? We need to show the score, and we need to transfer this score that I calculated here to that screen, right? I need to calculate the score here, not there, right? And also, when I click on the restart button, let me. First of all, this, then next to restart. Okay. Yeah. What I'm saying is that when you click on this restart button, it should again take me back to the first page. But along with going to the first page, I need to, reset all the map and all. See, when you click on this restart now, it doesn't mean that you can restart like how a application gets restarted. You can't do that. You can't handle the operating system that your phone has. So when I click on restart, it doesn't mean that your application is going to start from beginning. No, it's going to basically just take you that to that page again. That's it. But when you go to that front page, the starting page, it doesn't mean that you have that map, right? You have that map, you have points. It's going to be like the same only. It will be five. Then again, if the user starts the quiz, it will just keep on increasing. So it will be now 6, 7, 8, 9. So user will get a wrong score, right? But I don't need to do that. I want the map also to get clear once the user clicks on restart button, and also the points to be zero back again, right? So how do I do that? How do I do that is, obviously all the data structure that I'm using for that is here. So I need to prepare some function here only. So one function was that for option selected, one function for next question. Now let's prepare a function for restarting of the quiz. Okay. So let's do that. Void restart quiz. Okay, this function. And here I'll be using a set state again. Why do I use a set state? Basically to, clean the data structure that I'm using. So first of all, user answers is there. I need to clear it out. That is clear function, basically like empty. It makes the map empty again. In that, correct answer also, I'll correct answer or points I was having, right? Points as 0 again because it was 5. Then that's it. And after that, I'll be navigating the user back to the where first screen, right? So basically, you can use actually a pop until method. What this does is it will take you, like, it's clear all the stack and it will take you back to the first page. Okay. I will remove this route thing and I'll use something called modal route dot mm, okay, it should be, I guess, this one, and it should be taken to the intro screen, right? So what is it showing? I'm gonna take him to the first screen. So intro screen, fine. First of all, secondly, okay, there is some error here. Okay, let it be. I will not use pop until then. Okay, dot push and remove until, maybe we can use, and we can take the user back to the first route. First route was the intro screen context and intro screen. That's it. So now the user will come to the first screen when he clicks on the restart button. But again, now restart function is here. How will you use that in use this function there in that class? So for that, you need to keep in mind that you need to pass this function somewhere, basically. So what you need to do is in your result screen, and yeah, one more thing, you need to pass the uh, correct answer, the points also, right? The points also you need to pass. So in order to accept that from here, what you can do here is just come here and write here two variables you can declare here, and that will be final integer only. Yeah, points the same. I'll use the same name. Okay. Secondly, I'll be having uh, 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 the function. Yeah, I need to call the function, right? So for calling the function, you have a separate data type called void callback. This one. So this is basically for calling a function. Okay. And let's name the here the function as restart app. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. And in the constructor also we need to add it, obviously, right? Without that it won't accept only. So in the constructor, let's add it. Remove this. Add here required this dot points and required this dot restart quiz, restart app or quiz, whatever name I gave. Okay, fine. That's it. And now you can, when you will be coming here in quiz screen, you will be seeing an error prompting that you haven't passed it. So you need to pass it now. What all things you need to pass? First of all, points. So I'll be passing the points. How many points we have? Whatever points the user score, it is going to be at passed. Secondly, what do I pass is the restart app function, right? So how do I do that? It is basically in next question, na? So I will pass this function here. So restart app, I'll pass restart quiz function. That's it. That's it. And now in the result screen, I can show the score easily. I'll just copy this out. I'll just paste it out. So I'm passing basically, you are passing some data from one screen to another. That's it. Or one class to another, you can say. Okay. And I'm going to show here you have to write like this, but now widget dot points. Or do we need to write or no? Okay. We made a constructor. So actually, no. Okay. Like this. And I guess that should work now. Let me check for any mistake are we making now. Okay, it should work fine. And on the restart button, I can give the functionality now of restart app. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, now let's try to run it out again. Let's try to check out our whatever we did. No constructor result screen with matching arguments. Just give it a restart again because it was on a current state. Okay, now let's see. Paris, 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 Paris. Cool. How is it? When I click on restart, I come back here and again I see when I click here, it is 0. So everything is resetted. Now I can play this game easily. And that's what our assignment is. So with that, we are completed here. Now, depends on you what sort of questions you want to add, how many questions you want to add. Just keep the same model and just change the data inside it, and that's it. So you don't have to add one more screen if you are, you just have to copy it. And just if I increase the number of question, if I just increase I increased one question, right? So maybe I need to give a restart once, maybe more than that. Okay, I need to give it a restart because I added one question. And with that, you can see that I can see the sixth question also without doing any change and just adding one new question. So see, that's how it is. Okay, so this is what we prepared for our project, and this was our project Flutter application with a very good UI, right? Now you can make changes accordingly. Suppose you want to make it look more cool, you want to add some animations, you want to learn and do. I would say learn and do. Okay, so this is our project. This is what we did now. I hope you understood it. Maybe people would have done also. I will be sharing the GitHub repository. Please try to understand by yourself and do. But I will not share it frequently today itself because then it will be a copy thing. Maybe after 20th or maybe after the event gets ended, we will be sharing it. Currently, we want people who have done it to showcase it in the group or somewhere, or make a video and upload it. Maybe we'll give a drive or something, upload it there so that we can have people who have done it and we can just give them some prizes. Okay, so that was all about our application. If anyone of you has made it, maybe share a screenshot or do something. Okay, uh, I hope you enjoyed this, making this, right? And this was, I guess, your first Flutter application. And we don't have a backend for it, but there is something coming where we will be learning about backend also. So let's wait for it. And thanks for joining today. Now, if you have any doubt, you can just ask me. And Arvind, you told me to add into safe area, but I think so. It is looking good only. Let it be. Okay, you can add on you. So yeah, that's it for today's session. Thank you for joining, guys. Yeah, we do have, but certifications, if you say, maybe not, but certificates you can get from, Udemy and all, you can get it. Anyone has any doubt? Anything related to our project or something? Okay. Okay. In Flutter, if you want to see some interview questions, okay, I'll tell you from my experience. Mostly, people, one question was very common, and that's why, actually, if you would have taken care and heard me properly, I insisted on some things like stateful widget. Why did I see stateful widget is a very frequently asked question? People, because see, that is a logical thing. So people will ask, what is a stateful widget, and what is the difference between a stateful and stateless widget? People will ask, what is a set state method? What does it do? Okay. Then the canvas thing which I told you, that people will not ask, but yes, you can include that in your answers. People will ask you about stack widget also. I have been asked many times that how do you use, and some basic animations. If you are applying for some good sort of around more than 10K internships, then yes, maybe people can ask about, animations also. And other than that, one very common question, what is Flutter? Why do you use it? So your answer should be that yes, it is a cross-platform framework that can be used to make applications in both Android, iOS. Along with that, we can make applications for other operating system also, like Windows, Linux, Mac OS, right? All these things you say. Then you say that why is it it demolishes that particular bridge that JavaScript makes. If you see, you need to explain them like this, that if you see, JavaScript is one of the most frequently used language, and each and every framework also, if you see, React Native is a framework which is used for this, right? Which is also used for cross-platform development. But yes, it also works on JavaScript. Similarly, you have Ionic that also works on JavaScript. Okay, so this JavaScript thing which was there, it broke that. Okay, Flutter broke that, and also Flutter is a growing that. It is backed by Google, so no doubt it's gonna get very much hype in next few years. And then you can tell more, like you have to tell advantages of it. That's it. And other than that, whatever I taught in that, these are the things which can be asked. Maybe you can be asked about a widget tree. What is a widget tree? How do you maintain your folder structures? So we saw that also. I hope you remember that we handled the folder structure also in this project, not very clearly, or we didn't follow any architecture, particularly MVVM or MVC. But yeah, we separated each and everything. Our custom widgets were different, were in a different folder. Our models were in a different folder. My screens were in a different folder, front end part, and my list of question was in a different file. So everything was separate, right? So these things can be asked when it comes to interview. Yeah. It is. So suggestions to work continue on Flutter is practice. Just try to make applications, make applications, make applications. Don't go for any courses, I would say. Try to just, get some Figma design. Try to, implement it. If you're not able to do that, just go to Google, search about it, that how do I make this button? How do I add this? How do I add this? You will get small, small things. So getting those small, small stairs, climbing those small, small steps, you will be a pro one day. It will take time, definitely. In this 7 days, if you think that, yeah, you can be a very professional one, then it's no. So yeah, in 7 days I have covered, many widgets. Many means many widgets, and I know that you can't remember that. That's why I made this project, so that it can be a forever thing, so that you can, refer any time and you can remember it. Yeah.
So yeah, guys, like we are at the end of the the first series of the event, that is Flutter Finesse, and we are immensely grateful for your participation in our event, and we hope all the sessions were informative for you. Also, the projects that they have developed shall be a great add-on for you. You can put it up in your resume as well, and we'll be sending you all the certificates e-copy within tonight or tomorrow. Okay, via your registered mail ID, and also we'll be giving you the hard copy of the certificates during our offline event, and that is set to be like stage on October 20th. Okay, that is next month on 20th. We will be having our offline session, and also we have one more announcement for you guys. We will be having our next event in the series, that is the we'll be focusing on the back end wala part. So now as of now the front end is over, the back end, the Firebase will be covered in the next event, and we'll be having our next event the second week of October. And at the end of October, like, at the end of that second event, we will be having our offline session wherein we will be distributing the certificates, prizes, and we'll be also giving some swags and stickers and goodies, and also we'll be having some quizzes and all. And yeah, like 1 second, Harish, yeah, it is on October 20 Friday. Okay, so also we will be providing you on duty. Like, don't worry about it. We'll be giving you the OD form, and you will get OD from your faculties. No doubts with it. And yeah. Okay, yeah. Then Nisha, yeah, like I told now, like the second week of October, like to be precise, from 14th of October till 20th, we'll be having our next boot camp on Flutter, and the details will be shared in the group itself, and that will focus on backend and Firebase. So now, as of now, what you have seen till date is the front end wala part. The backend part and the Firebase will be covered in the upcoming event of Flutter in the next, October 14th to 20th. And the 20th will be an offline event for sure. Like, since many had that NPTEL exams and many were packed up with the supersets and all, we could not make it this time. Like we had our previous session, right? So like we have planned to keep it on October 20th, because as of now, like no dates are in clash on that day. So it will be a great one, and we will be distributing the certificates, prizes, and also we'll be having some interactive quizzes and all on that day itself. So yeah, any other doubts you can ask. The certificates will receive to your, like, you'll get in your email inbox within tonight or maximum by tomorrow. Okay, via your registered mail ID. If you did not get your certificates due to any technical issues, you can text me directly via WhatsApp, or you can even call me. Okay, so I'll be providing you the same. And any other doubts you have, you can ask. Else, you can feel free to leave the session. Thank you, guys.